And we're back with the second delivery of the TubePad Photoshop Basic series. Today, we're going to see layers, one of the most important and useful things on Photoshop. If you don't see the layer panel down here, go up to Window and bring it out. Every Photoshop file you create comes with a background layer that normally comes locked and that we will not use most of the time. To create a new layer, just click on this little button down here. And to delete layers, just click on the little trash can icon. It's very important how layers are organized on the panels, because you need to have in mind that the top layers will cover the ones that are underneath. You can also move the layers around, just clicking and dragging them wherever you want. Another thing you can do with layers is duplicate them by typing Command J, or going up to the Layer tab and clicking on Duplicate Layer. This way, you will get two layers with the exact same content. When you have an enormous amount of layers, a great option is to group them up. To do this, just select the layers you want and press this little folder down here or Command G. Also, if you have a group of layers you know you're not going to touch anymore, you can merge them by pressing Command E. Also, if you're working with different layers and you're afraid of damaging them while you're working, you can always lock them to protect them. Photoshop offers you various types of locks. The first one is the block all, that will not allow you to do anything with your file. To unlock, click again. Next, we have the lock position, that will allow you to paint the whole layer but not move it around. Then we have the lock image pixels that allows you to move the layer around, but you cannot paint over it. And finally, we have block transparent pixels, which you can move the layer around and paint over it, but only the part that's already painted. This is very useful for adding textures, shades, and all kinds of effects. Up here, you can change the opacity of the layer, making the content transparent. Another interesting things are the blending modes. The use of blending mode is really appealing for creating cool effects. They are quite unpredictable, and normally you will have to try them all out to see the one that suits you better on each situation. The most common blending modes are multiply for darkening and screen and overlay for lightening. The use of blending modes is really appealing for creating cool effects combined with the opacity. Now, when you want to change something on your layer, but you're not sure if you want it permanently, just go down here and click Create New, Fill or Adjustment Layer and select the aspect you want to change. If when you're done, you don't like how it turned out, hide it or delete it like if it were a regular layer. You can also change these aspects up here in Image Adjustments, but with a slight difference that this is forever, and you can only change it by going up to Edit, Undo, we can keep adding effects to our image through the filters. You have the gallery filters that you can set up as you want, and use wisely, you can get a great image. On the filter tabs, you have more options. And one of the most popular filters are noise, that adds grain to your image, giving it a photographic feel. And also the Gaussian blur, that diffuses your image from the edges in. In order to explain the effect layers, let's talk briefly about the Type tool. Activate it with the shortcut T. It allows you to add text to your composition. Its use is really simple. Just type in the word you want, and then up here you can change the size, color, and type. Okay, and now to be able to paint over or edit it as you wish, you have to rasterize your layer. Click right button, rasterize type. Now click on the FX down here and choose the one you like. We're going to select stroke, which as you see adds an edge to your element. You can change as desired and even add various effects together. We're going to select stroke, for example. Once again, if you don't like it, hide it or delete it. So this is mostly everything we can tell you about layers. Hope you enjoyed, and then you come back to the next lesson, where we will see drawing tools.